here. Just had to clean up a few things this morning, but the Texans. I think we all know this is a very good and talented football team. Their record doesn't really mean anything to me. What means something is the way they play, the way that they're coached, and the talent that they have on the field. And they're very good at everything. I have a ton of respect for Romeo, and I think extremely highly of him as a person and as a coach. He's a great leader, and I know that he'll have his team and his players, his organization, ready to go and ready to compete as he always does. Offensively, this is probably as explosive or more explosive than any other group in the league. Certainly anyone that we've seen. Tight ends are good, backs are good, quarterback's good, and they have great depth and quality at receiver, from Cooks, Fuller, Stills, Cobb. It's a very explosive team. They move the ball, and they don't turn the ball over. Watson's done a great job of protecting the ball and making good decisions, while at the same time, being at the very top of the league in explosive plays and yards per completion and so forth. So they have a good complement of with their running game and the RPO schemes that they run. Very, very challenging to defend. Defensively, as always, Romeo's teams are sound, well disciplined, good fundamentally, and this is a very, very good coverage team. In the kicking game, they're fast, they're hard to block. They create a lot of problems with their speed and explosiveness in covering kicks, and overall, it's a very experienced team. They've got guys in all three phases that have played a lot of football and good players. Some with the Texans, some they've added to their team in free agency and trades. But they've put together a very, very good group, and they're good in all three phases of the game. They're good at pretty much everything that they do. They've been in a lot of close games over the last few years, and had a couple tough losses this year, but really their record could look a lot differently with just two or three plays. Those two or three plays have turned out differently in some of those games. So this is a very explosive team, and again, a team that doesn't beat themselves. They don't commit penalties. They don't turn the ball over. They don't have a lot of mental mistakes defensively, give up big plays. They just don't do those things. So we're gonna have to grind it out and earn it, and we'll need a good week of preparation and practice to put ourselves in position to do that.
First question will be Mike Reese, followed by Dan Roach.
Hey, Bill, a quick roster-related question to lead it off. I think if I have it right, Edelman and Herron could start practicing if they were medically, cleared to do so on the IR today. Any plans to start the clock on either of those two today?
I think we'll do what we would normally do in that situation, Mike, and that's to work towards that goal, but not not start it until we're sure the player's ready to start. So we'll warm them up inside, see how they feel, and put them through the part of their rehab, and just see where they are, where we think they are, where they feel they are relative to beginning starting the clock on them practicing. Neither player's had a setback. They've both progressed in a positive direction. It's just really a question of whether they're ready or not. And is that today? Is it tomorrow? Is it next week? I'm not sure what the time frame is on that, but I think they're all moving in the right direction. And the decisions really on this before we start the clock. We just want to make sure that that they're confident, and we're confident that they're ready for participation in the next stage of their return to play.
Next question, Dan Roach, followed by Chris Ryan.
Morning, Bill. Just a thought on, you kind of touched upon it earlier, the Texans, I think, ranked 5th in the NFL in receptions, 20-plus per yards. How much more difficult is that on your defense with guys like Fuller and the ability of those guys to get over, plus Deshaun being able to move around in the pocket and wait for situations like that too?
Yeah, they have a lot of speed at receiver with Cooks and Fuller and Stills, and Cobb's kind of sneaky fast, and then you have the tight ends who both run well, and Duke, who when he gets extended they'll run him on a wheel route or put him in empty formation and have the opportunity to get the ball to him if the matchup's good and so forth. So it's definitely an explosive group, and they got a big offensive line that does a good job protecting. So it's a hard team to defend. It's going to take good team defense. There's no one guy you can just say, well, stop this guy and we'll be okay. They have too many guys. The quarterback is too good. As you said, he can extend plays. He can make all the throws. He can get the ball down the field. He has a nice touch, and I said, doesn't turn the ball over. He's does an excellent job of making good decisions and not giving the ball away. So it'd be a big challenge for us. But there's a lot of speed out there, and they again, every play is not a go route, but they make you defend them, and then that opens up a lot of other things in the passing game and the running game as well. So as I said, we're going to have to play good team defense here.
Next question, Chris Ryan, followed by Jim McBride.
Hey, Bill, you spoke earlier this week about Devin McCourty's consistency in regards to his playing 10,000 snaps in the league. And I'm curious as to where his contributions have been, in your view, to the winning culture of the franchise. And are they on a par, in your view, with any player you've coached?
Yeah, well, Devin's contributions are up there pretty high. He's had an incredible career and still continues to be a strong force for us out there on the field. It's contributed in really every way we've asked him. So his roles have shifted from time to time, but his consistency and level of play in terms of communication, dependability, decision making, production have always been at a high level, and he does things to help other players play better, which is really the mark of a great player, is somebody who can help the players around him play better by what he does or the roles that he takes to allow other guys to do what they do. So his contributions off the field are outstanding. Again, from the football classroom and film watching and walkthroughs and things like that. I mean, everybody plays with a lot of confidence when Devin's making the decisions back there, because there's no second thought. Once he says this is what we're going to do, this is what it is, and they know it's right, and they can play with aggressiveness and with confidence. So it's you get to that place by having that consistency and earning that level of trust and respect. And he certainly has. So whether it's corner, safety, strong safety, free safety, returning kickoffs, covering kicks, holding up on a punt return. I mean, we've asked him to do a variety of things, through the years, and he always is ready to accept whatever responsibility we give him, and he's performed well, whether it's in the deep middle of the field somewhere, or whether it's on the goal line. He's in all part of all those situations and all those groups, and he's a guy that you want on the field.
Thanks. Next question, Jim McBride, followed by Doug Todd.
Good morning, Coach. was hoping to get your reaction to Secretary of Defense Miller's recent complimentary comment about you and your philosophies.
Thank you. Yeah, well, I really appreciate the kind words from Secretary Miller. When you consider the type of leadership that he's shown throughout his career and serving our country, it really means a lot. I'm flattered by the reference that he made, and I'll just say while we're on the subject, I read his point about combating traditional threats, and I couldn't think and help but think and hope that we've seen from other countries around the world, and I hope that our country will take action against Turkey and Azerbaijan for their unprovoked and deadly attacks on Armenians. When we've seen it when humanitarian crisis and things like that, like ethnic cleaning, go unpunished, that they just continue to happen. Hope that we can put a stop to that. But I appreciate the question, Jim. It's really a flattering comment from Secretary Miller. What a tremendous career he's had in protecting our freedom and giving us the opportunity to help give us the opportunity to do what we do, and that's coach and play football.
Thank you.
Next question, Doug Kyde, followed by Mark Daniels.
Good morning, Paul. I know this is looking back a little bit, but how important was it to add Romeo Crennel to your staff back in 2001? I know that he wasn't on the initial staff in 2000.
Yeah, I mean Romeo's he's a great addition to any staff, and I have been very, very fortunate to work with him throughout my career. Starting with the Giants when he came in '81, and we spent a lot of time together. I've learned so much from him, and he's an excellent teacher, a great communicator, motivator, fundamental coach with a very good grasp of the big picture as well as the finer details of pretty much every position and every little scheme. So I've been very, very fortunate to work with a lot of great coaches in my career, but he would be at the very top of that list. So I think the world of him and appreciate his friendship and have a tremendous amount of respect for what he's accomplished in his career, and great appreciation for all that he's done to not only help me as a head coach, but when we were both assistants and we worked alongside each other, he was a great teammate and a person that that I learned probably a lot more from than I would have taught him. He's a great man, a great coach.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I'll apologize for those we don't get to, but we'll make Mark Daniels the final question.
Hey Bill, good morning. Hope all is well. I want to ask you about when Jack Easterby left off-season of 2019. It didn't seem like you guys just replaced him with one person internally, and I was more wondering how much did it help that you had players like Matthew Slater, Rex Burkhead, Devin McCourty, Jason McCourty, etc., just to do those things behind the scenes. And I know they're not replacing Jack, but how much did it help having guys like that just in your program when someone like Jack Easterby left?
Yeah, honestly, I think you summed it up pretty well. You don't replace, after Jack was here for 6 years, you don't replace Jack with one person, but we were very fortunate to have a lot of great players and players with leadership and with some, of those skills of bringing players, teammates, families together and being good mentors and setting good examples and building a good team chemistry, and so we've been very fortunate to have that. Certainly Matt and Devin would go near the top of that list, and some of the players that are part of our team but not here this year, guys like Brandon and High and players like that. But then, there's a whole nother group too that, are here, and David Andrews and James White and, Lawrence Guy, you go right down the line. So we're very fortunate to have the strength and quality of the players that we have on our team and in our organization. I think your summary of it is pretty accurate.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
you're
you,
welcome.
Coach. Thanks, everyone. And for those attending practice today, just a reminder, it has been pushed back to 1 o'clock. Thanks, everyone.
We're changing the way we run with contactless ordering, drive-thrus, curbside pickup, and delivery. So you can still get your favorites, and the only thing you have to touch is your phone. Order on the Dunkin' app. America runs on Dunkin'.
In New England, we are resilient. It takes hard work to earn respect. Sometimes it takes decades. And it always takes someone being on your side.
For over 60 years, this team has transformed itself into a championship organization. For over 160 years, our team has demonstrated a similar mentality. There are no days off. Our front lines are fortified by people who sacrifice individuality for the team. Our shelves are also stocked with the best quality products and ingredients. Our team members know their roles. We're proud to do our jobs. Shaw's, the official supermarket of the 6-time champion New England Patriots.
My Caleb sofa and love seat. With Bob's discount, you get both pieces for just $7.99.
$7.99? Are you joking?
Do I look like I'm joking?
Yes. You look like you're joking.
I'm serious.
Cool.
Get Bob's discount!
We're changing the way we run with contactless ordering, drive-thrus, curbside pickup, and delivery. So you can still get your favorites, and the only thing you have to touch